Hey, how we going? Today we're doing the warm-up for Hackviser B warm-up. This warm-up machine focuses on teaching how to exploit the SQL injection vulnerability, which causes database exploits and file upload vulnerability. It's recommended for practicing how to discover and exploit SQL injection and file uploads. So we'll go to the warm-up. And we'll start our machine. Already got that VPN connected to Hackviser. My VPN's up here, 10.8.1.225. And just wait till we get a connection. And it's running. Okay, so we've got our IP address. So first thing we do is do a Rust scan, which incorporates mmap. So we'll copy the IP, go to a terminal, try Rust scan. We're scanning for service versions and scripts. And we'll just paste our IP in there. We'll run Rust scan. And we can see straight away we've got ports 80s open and 3306, which is MySQL port usually. So because we've got port 80 open, we can have a look at the browser and have a look at this IP. We've got a website loading, Inify. We've got an about page, our story, we've got services. We've got a login here. If we click on home, we can there's links to all different sections in the web page. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere. We can have a look at the source page. Waiting for that to load. So we can have a look here. So it's only found them two ports open, 3306 and 80. And now it's running an mmap scan. There's our source page for the website. We can see we've got pretty standard stuff. No hints in here to help us out. Have a look at it. Sometimes there's hints written in here, but it doesn't look like it at the moment. So we'll close that, have a look back at the questions, which ports are open. So our answer is, there we go, we've got port 80 open, Apache HTTPD 2.456, and 3306, MySQL, says it's unauthorized. So that's all that we've got, and I'd say it's Linux machine running. We can just clear that one. We can run an nmap scan. We know we've got ports 80 open, 3306. And do -A IP, and this will tell us what operating system it is, and it'll be a lot quicker scan because it's only scanning two ports. We know what ports are open. That's why it's good to run a Rust scan first, because it finds the ports really quickly. So what's our next question? Which domain did you add to the host file to log into the site? So if we go back to our website and have a look at login, click on that, and we see we've got dashboard at Unify at Hackviser. So we need to add that to our host file. So we'll just copy that one. There we go. We can see operating system Linux. So it is a Linux machine, and it's given us the same information as before. So that's, we've got our port scans done. So now if we do a nano, go to our host file, and we're going to put our IP in there, which was 172.25.163. We'll just put that in there first. Move that across. And we'll put our IP in here. Let's just copy it, it's a lot quicker. So we've got dashboard at unifyai.hackviser. So now if we Control X and yes, that's saved to there. Now if we go back here, if we refresh the page, we've got a login page. So which domain did you add to the host file to log into the site? And there's our domain, dashboard.unifyai.hackviser. Okay, so we don't know our login, we don't know what web server's running. We can have a look on the Wapalizer. We've got Apache, we know that. PHP is running. That's Debian. So we can just try, we don't know the email, we don't know the password. So the best way to do this is that we'll put some fake email in. We'll do test.test.com, and we'll just put in a fake password, and we'll turn on burp, Foxy Proxy. We've got burp running here, so turn on our intercept on. So we intercept a request through burp, and we'll log in, and we've captured our request. So we'll send it to repeater, and we see we've got our request here, login underscore process.php. So we can test for SQL injection, because it did mention SQL injection in the instructions. We can have a look at the next question. What's it say? Which vulnerability did you bypass the login panel? And because it says SQL injection here, so we know it's probably an SQL injection. So to check for SQL injection, we're just going to put a quote in there, and we'll send it, and see we get an error, SQL state 42000, Syntax error, access violation. So because we got an error, that means there's an SQL injection vulnerability there. So the answer to this one is definitely SQL injection. Which vulnerability did you bypass? Which vulnerability did you bypass the login panel? So we're going to bypass it with SQL injection. Okay. So we can just try some common payloads for SQL injection. So if we have a look at, let's say SQL injection, payloads, and see what we find. Oh, burp's still running, so we need to stop burp. And we refresh the page. And we've got SQL injection cheat sheet, SQL injection payloads. Let's have a look at this one. Some more information about SQL injection. Common payloads, here we go. Genetic SQL injection payloads. So let's have a look, what have we got? Error based. Time based. There's lots of payloads here. Here we go. Authentication bypass payloads. That's what we want to do. We want to bypass the authentication. So we've got lots of different ones here we can try. So let's try this. Let's try this one here. We'll copy that, and then we'll put it in here. So we've got to put our quote in first. So paste that in there, and we'll send it. And it's still getting an error. So that one's no good. What other ones we got? So we'll just go back on that. We've got our quote in there still, so let's have a look at another payload. Let's try this one. Paste that in there, and we'll send it, and no error this time, so we could be good to go. So if we go follow redirection, we can see it's a 200 OK, and it looks like we're logged into the dashboard. Alright, so now if we go back to our website, and we'll just refresh the page, and it's loaded up the dashboard. There we go, we bypassed the login with SQL injection. Okay, so what's the next question? What is the name of the extension of the page containing user settings in the panel that you access by passing the login? What is the name of the extension page containing user settings? So we look for user settings, so we can close that. I might actually save that page, because that's a good one to use in the future. We found our answer on that. So SQL injection payloads list. We'll save that one. So let's have a look, see what we've got here. Should be settings here somewhere. Settings. Click on settings. Oh, there we go. So So we've got settings.php. So we don't need burp anymore. So what is the name of the extension of the page containing user settings in the panel that you access by passing the login? So the answer is settings.php. Okay, so what we'll do now is we can see we've got a file upload here thing. We can upload a file. So let's have a look and see what the next question is. What is the ID of the user? You get a shell on the machine with the file upload vulnerability. So we've got to upload a file. So we know the machine's running PHP programming language. So we need a PHP reverse shell. So the best way to do that is go to this website, reverseshell.com, and we put in our IP in here, which is mine is 10.8.1.2.2.5, say 4.2.4.2, and we'll go down here, and we're going to use PHP pentest monkey. So we'll just copy that. It's already got the IP and everything in it, and we'll go to our terminal and we'll call it shell.php, and we'll paste that in there, and we'll do Control X. Okay, so that's saved in there. So if I do a cat shell.php, we can see we've got our payload in there, and we've got our IP 10.8.1.2.2.5 and the port, so that's ready to go. So we've got to start our listener with netcat, so we'll do netcat lvnp and 4.2.4.2, start a listener ready to catch the shell. Now all we're going to do is upload the reverse shell. So we'll go here, browse for the file, and it's accepting all files, so that's handy. You don't have to worry about doing any bypassing for the upload. If we go to home, you can see our shell.php there, so we'll add that and we'll upload it. And I think it was successful. I hope it was successful. So now we've got to access our shell, but I don't think it's activated. Oh, it's already connected. There you go, it's uploaded and connected. So if we do who am I, www-data. So the next question was, what is the ID of the user you get the shell on the machine with a file upload vulnerability? So we just put a command in ID, and there's the ID. 33 is our ID. So the next question, so we've got our connection to the target. We only use a www-data, so we haven't got privilege escalation. So if we do a sudo-l, there's no sudo on the machine. We can do cat and we can see Hackviser is the only user on the machine, and root. So what's the next question? What is the MySQL password? Okay, so we'll do export term equals x term. We'll be able to clear the screen now. Oh. clear. Alright, so the best way to find any, usually the passwords are in the var directory. So we'll go cd var, do an ls, and we can see we've got www. So if we do cd www, and we can see we've got our dashboard, got our domain there. So next we'll have a look at domain, so we'll go into that directory. And we'll do an ls, and we can see we've got all the files in here for the domain dbconnect.php, and say that might be where the password would be. So we do cat, and we'll do dbconnect.php, and there we go, password root.123 exclamation mark Hackviser. So there's your password, and that's it. That's all the questions done for that one. So it's a good machine to learn about SQL injection and uploading files to get a reverse shell. Yep, so that's it for that one. See you next time.